Futures market, supply demand, cocoa, chocolate, industry talk, and of course sustainability. This is what the Von Alm Cocoa Talk is about. But today we have some very fine guests from Ecuador and Ghana, West Africa. Hello and welcome to a new episode of the Von Alm Cocoa Talk. My name is Gerald and this is
Sunny.
Last time we have been talking about the structure of the curve at the terminal market. And Sunny, since then, what did we see?
Oh, well, we have seen a shift in the curve now, but to be honest, it's much later than expected. That is, it's changed only by early March. However, London is still inverse.
Yeah, which also came to a surprise to me, to be honest. I would have expected to see the change in New York a bit earlier than that. But beside that, we've also got the latest forecast from the ICCO on supply-demand balance. Correct?
Exactly, yes. It was published by end of Feb this year, and they claim a surplus of 102,000 ton for this season.
Yeah, exactly. And this is also the reason why we're gonna today have a look at the origins. And let's start with Latin America's Ecuador first. So, Paola, how are you doing? What have you got for us?
Hi Gerald, things are good in Ecuador. Some days ago we have an interview with Mr. Francisco Miranda, who is the president of ANE Cacao, that is a local association that represents Ecuadorian exporters. He was glad to share with us a forecast about the last and the coming cocoa season in Ecuador.
Hello to our friends at Von Alm. Thanks for the invitation to talk a little bit about the cacao industry in Ecuador and the numbers we've had performance for the last few years. My name is Francisco Miranda, president of ANE Cacao, and I'll go over a couple of questions really quickly. What were our main destinations last year? Our main customer was the USA, which has a big shift from 2019, where we went from 54,000 tons exported there to 94,000 tons in 2020, which accounted for a bit over 26% of Ecuadorian exports. Main region was definitely Asia, with Indonesia and Malaysia rounding up around 126,000 tons bought from Ecuador, which accounted for 35% of Ecuadorian exports, so it was the biggest region exported. Number 4 on our list of biggest customers were the Netherlands, that they received 7.7% of our beans, 27,000 tons exported there, which has a big dip from their buys from 2019, which were 44,000 tons. You can see the cadmium issue taking place heavily over there. After that, our main clients were Mexico, Germany, Belgium, Canada, Estonia, and Italy, with smaller market ranges. We had in 2020 a record year in production for the country. We produced a bit over 360,000 tons. We produced 360,800 tons, which was Ecuadorian production record in our history. We had an increase from 2019 of 19.7% in cacao yields and exports, coming from a 2019 with 301,000 tons exported. So we're very happy with our farmers and the supply chain of cacao in Ecuador and how it stepped up during one of the most difficult years in production in history because of the impact of COVID and the impact it had on the cities and the small towns throughout the country. The volumes for the first months of 2021, January, Ecuador exported 27,589 tons, both of bean and liquor mass and powder. For February, we rounded up numbers at around 23,927 tons exported. These months, January and February, are record months for our country. It's the most highest yields for January and February in history, which gives us a forecast for 2021 above what 2020 produced. A lot of new areas are coming online on production. Young plantations are starting to come about, and production forecasting for 2021 for Ecuador, Ane Cacao is determining to be a bit over 380,000 tons produced during this year. Many new areas in Esmeraldas and the Amazon basin have replaced production crops into cacao. They have replaced palm oil, banana, and different crops when the farmers see cacao as a good alternative to plant. And we are seeing the production of that investment that happened during the last few years come online in 2021 and going forward. About the weather in Ecuador for 2020, it's strange. We started the year with a forecast of a very dry year, but that has not happened. They were even talking about an El Niño phenomenon, which in Ecuador causes very diminished amount of rains. The rainfall for the year 2021 has been very healthy and very strong. We are above rainfall for the last 3-year averages, which we can forecast will translate into very good production year. That makes our prediction for the forecasting for 2021 of over 380,000 to have a little more strength. Opinion in the crop in the next coming years out of Ecuador. My opinion is that Ecuador already has planted the trees to go into production for above 500,000 tons in our estimation by the year 2025. What would happen after that? It depends on price, it depends on the market, it depends on the ability of Ecuadorian exporters and Ecuadorian brand as a whole to differentiate itself from African producers. We are very proud to produce cacao without deforestation, without child labor, without instances of slavery, with a very strong sustainability mindset placed in our system. This is a crop that takes people out of poverty, and that needs to be understood by consumers all over the world. Thanks a lot to the friends at Von Alm. Thanks for the invitation. Thanks for Paula to have me over in this nice forum, and we're always here to answer any questions that might arise. Bye.
Thank you so much. It's a real pleasure for us to have you here in this show. Sunny, what are your key takeaways from Francisco?
Oh, the remarkable performance by North America. We have seen the imports increase by up to 74% compared to last year or the last season. That is, they imported 94,000 tons, which was an increase from 54,000 tons. However, for Netherlands, we have seen a decrease of up to 40% in the imports.
Yeah, I agree. And I think that's, Francisco said it's because of the cadmium, right?
Yes.
And of course, we also got Southeast Asia, 35% of total export from Ecuador. I think it's number one. And I think it's in total 130,000 tons that we have seen coming in last year. Right?
Yes.
Yeah. And also, I think what he also said is about January, February this year seems to be another all-time high. So for those 2 months, I think the highest exports in the history of Ecuador.
Correct.
But beside that, he was also talking about the year 2025, right?
Yeah, he is quite opportunistic about the year 2025. He expects the volumes to go up to 500,000 tons. I believe the main reason is the farmers showing some more interest into cocoa crop that is changing from current palm oil or banana to cocoa.
Yeah, I think which is good news for us here in the industry, because I believe we will see the recovery, hopefully coming sooner than later in the economic activity, and maybe demand is gonna come back even quite strong. So I think that is great news on Ecuador.
Exactly.
And